Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to discuss about a very important topic. It is the topic from statistics. And here we are going to discuss about the topic measure of spread. So we will be learning about what is the meaning of measure of spread. And in this topic, we are going to discuss mainly about the quartiles. Quartile that will include lower quartile, upper quartile, and then last we will work on this interquartile range. Here we will be discussing all these four different questions after explaining the concept of spread of data. So the topic is spread of the data. Now, if you look here, we have given a very small data values like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can be given the data in different forms because this is a very small number of data values, so we are just writing it this way. We have no need to form it as a grouped data or like a frequency table like that, because frequency table if we have to use, there are certain conditions. The data values need to be repeated multiple times and so on. So in this video the main focus will be on only the measure of spread. So what is the meaning of measure of spread? If you look at the first data set and the second data set, and if you want to find out the mean value, which is also known as the average, and that is the center of data, that will come out as 6. How to find the mean? You just need to add up all of these values. So you will be adding all of these like 1 plus 4, then plus 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 and plus 9, and then divide by the total number of values, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are 9 values, and this way you can find out the mean of this data. And same way you can find out the mean of these data values as well. Now, so they both, even the data values are different, but they have the mean same. But in the first data set, they said that it is more widely spread as compared to the second one. Now, what does that mean? So the meaning here is, when you think about the first data as it is given in the ascending form, 1, 4, 5, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. If you need to see the spread of data, first you need to see if you need to make sure the data is in ascending order, as it will help us. So here the lowest value is 1 and the highest value is 9. So if you see how much is the data varying, it is varying from 1 to 9. Okay. And if you see the second case, the lowest value is 4, the data is in ascending order, and the highest value is 8. So the data is spreading only from 4 to 8. So that is why here, if it is 4 to 8, that means the data values will be between 4 to 8. So it will be starting from 4 and ending up to 8. So how many numbers are there? There are so many numbers, but from 4 to 8, it will be less as compared to the numbers given here from 1 to 9. So 1 to 9, this data is more widely spread. That is the meaning of spread. Okay. So now when we talk about the measure of spread, then one of the important concept we use, and that is known as the quartiles. Now, two important terms I'm going to explain over here. So when you discuss about the spread of data, spread for a set of data, we discuss about two things. One is called a range and another is called interquartile range. The example which I gave here to explain the concept of measure of spread, I gave you a concept of range. Range means how much is the difference between the lowest and the highest value of your data set when it is arranged in the ascending order. Okay, so here also I saw the lowest value and the highest value, and if I find their difference, that is known as the range. So range is one of the way to measure the spread of the data values. And then second is interquartile range. This interquartile range, in order to understand it, you need to understand the quartiles as well. So here, let's go to the next part. So what is the range? Range is the difference between the maximum or the largest data value and the minimum or the smallest data value. To find out the range, we have this method. So if we have given this data for the first data set, if I need to find out the range, it will be 9 take away 1, which is 8. And for the second one, it will be 8 take away 4, which is equal to 4. So the first data is widely spread. Now we have understood the concept of range. Now we will start with our basic knowledge about the median, because median will help us to find out what is quartiles and all that. So median, what is the function of median? Median is not related to only spread of data. It is basically a center of data. Sometimes we call this median to find as an average. Okay, it's not mean is only to find the average. Sometimes median is also used to find the average. We will discuss it in the median lesson. Now median, what does it do? Basically, whatever data set you have given, when you arrange it in ascending order, median divides the ordered data set. Means when you arrange it in ascending order, it divides your data into two halves. So median is represented by Q2, and it divides the whole data into two halves. First one is called the lower half, which is having the values less than this median or equal to this median, and the another one is having the values equal to or higher than the median, and that is known as upper half. So median, what does it do? It divides the whole data set, which we are representing here on, let's say, a number line, you can say, which is arranged in ascending order. Obviously on number line the values are arranged in an order. So Q2, the function of median is to divide it into two parts. Okay, and those two are equal parts. Now what is the meaning of Q1? That is the lower quartile. When we draw this median, we get lower half and we get upper half. Now if this lower half, if I find the middle value of this lower half, that is known as the lower quartile. Okay, and it is represented by Q1. There are 2 points. We divided the whole data set, which was in ordered form, into two halves. Then we take the first half, which is called the lower half, and we find its middle value. That value is known as the lower quartile. Okay, now in other words, how we can understand it? Lower quartile is represented by Q1. This is the way to represent lower quartile. What does it say? This Q2 is basically half of the data set. So whatever is the value of Q2, let's say when I find out the Q2, it comes out as 5. So that means all the values in the lower half of the data, all the values in the lower half of data, they will be equal to 5 or they will be less than 5, because the data is arranged in ascending order. So it can be like this: 1 2 3 4, or it can be 1 2 2 3 4. Numbers can be repeated, numbers can be in decimal, it does not matter. But if the median value, if you find the median value of the data, and if it is, let's say, 5, so in the lower half you will find out the values, either they will be equal to 5 or less than that, and in the upper part you will find the values as 5 or greater than 5. Either you will find 5 or greater than 5. So for example, I take an example, let's say 1 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 8. Here is 5 also, because 5 is the median. So we have 1 2 3 4 5, and here let's say 9. Okay, so if I say 5 is the median, okay, if I say 5 is the median, and one more value we can take, let's say this one. So if I say 5 is the median, so these values are less than that. So in the lower half the values are less than 5, and in the upper half the values are greater than median value. Okay, then when this is basically the 50%, then we are taking the another half and we are doing another 50%, because it is again the middle of this first half. So that means what it will be? This was half and this is the half of half. So this is like 1/4. and that is why this name comes up quartile. And this is on the lower side, so that is known as the lower quartile. If you see here now, this part is one of the quarter, and then this is the another quarter. Then same way, when we will find out upper quartile, so what is that? That is the middle value of the upper half. So what did this do? And this is shown by Q3. So for now we are focusing on lower quartile. So what they say, the middle value of the lower half is called lower quartile. 1/4, or you can say 25% of the data have a value which is less than or equal to this lower quartile. Now for example, I have the values here 1, 2, 3, and here was 5, and here was a 4 also. So when I find out the lower half here, let's say there is one more value 1 again. So when I find out these values and I find out where is the half of this one, whatever you do to find the median, same is you have to do to find out the lower quartile again. So you repeat the step one more time. So here the quartile is coming, lower quartile value is coming out as 2, because this is the half of this data. First we have long data, we half it, then we do the same half of this data, and I got my lower quartile value as 2. So now the values on the left side of this lower quartile, they are only 25% of data, and after this is 25% of data from Q1 to Q2. Okay, so this total is 50%, 25% is below lower quartile and 25% is above. So 25% values will be less than, and then after that all the values, they will be more. So if it is written here 75% of data values will be more than the lower quartile, I will explain in a minute after explaining the upper half. So now we have upper half. So upper quartile means the middle value of the upper half of the this whole thing is called the upper quartile. It is represented by Q3. 1/4 of the values will be greater than, let's say the upper half is coming out as 6. So only after this there will be 25%. Okay, so 25% of the values will be greater than 6, and rest of the values, like this is again 25%, then this is again 25, and this is again 25%. So that is why the whole data set is divided into quarters. And they are saying when we talk about the upper quartile, in let's say its value is 6, so 25% values will be more than 6, and 75% values will be less than or equal to 6, and that is written here. 75% of data values will be equal to, or they will be less than the upper quartile. Here that you have to use the word less. Okay, and then same thing was explained here. 75% of the values will be greater than or equal to, because let's say this is coming out as 2, so these values 25% will be less than or equal to 2, and 75%, 25, 25 and 25, so 75% will be more than the lower quartile. Okay, now we understood the concept of lower quartile, upper quartile. Now comes interquartile range. As a form of example, it is Q3 take away Q1. Okay, this is a way to find out the interquartile range. But what does it mean actually? It is the range of the middle half of data. So this is our data. Range means it is the spread of this whole thing. It is the range of this whole data, how widely it is spread. So from here to here, how widely it is spread. But when I talk about interquartile range, so here it is the middle half of our whole data. Middle part from here and some part from here. So this is the middle half of our data. And this range, how far is this, how much it is spread out, that is called the interquartile range. Now, I expect that you all know how to find out the median, because that is the basic of finding the lower quartiles and upper quartiles as well. So we will be doing two examples where the data values are given and we need to find out the median, lower quartile, upper quartile and interquartile range. So if I look at this question here, 6, 7, 3, 7, 9, 8, 5, 5, 4, 6, 6, 8, 7, 6, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6. So many values are given over here. So what we need to do here in this question, I will have to arrange this data. So first of all, I observe that 3 is the lowest value. So I will be writing that 3 here. Then I can see there is 4. How many 4s are there? 1. 1 is here. Then we have 2. So there are 2 4s. Then we have 5. So how many 5s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 5 4 times. Then we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is basically 6 times. Then we have 7, which is 1, 2, 3. So it is 3 times. Okay. So we have this data. Now let me count all these values. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there is 8 also. 8, 1, 2. So there are 2 8s. And then there are 9s. And I can see only 1 9. So let me count how many values are here in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that means I have counted and I have written them perfectly correct. Now, what is median? Median is depending upon how many total values are there first of all. Because there are total 19 values, so which value will be the median value? It will be 19 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 20 divided by 2, and that is 10. So 10th value will be considered as the median. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the median. Now 6 is the median. So all the values on the lower side of this, which is the lower half, they will be less than or equal to 6. And all the values on the upper half, they will be equal to 6 or more than 6. Okay. Now that is the concept. Now here, how did I find the median? I count the total number of values because it was odd, number, so I added 1 and divide by 2, so that value will give me that number value will give me the median. Otherwise you have another method, and what is that method to calculate the median? You cancel one term from the top, one from the last, one from the first point and one from the second, like the last, then one from the beginning, one from the end, and so on. So if you keep doing that, then also you can find out the median. But because the data is large, so I can do it in a quick method. Now I know my data has been divided into two halves. One is this half and one is this half. Now I will apply the same strategy to find out the lower quartile. Lower quartile means I need to see the lower half. So, and then I have, if I have to find the upper quartile, I need to see the upper half. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to find the lower half by the second method, where I will say, okay, this cancel here, this cancel, here cancel, here cancel, here cancel. What I got? 5. At the end, I got 5. There were total 19 values. This value was the 10th. So 9 values are here and 9 values on this side. So when I cancel one value, I got this fifth value, and answer is also lower quartile is 5, and the fifth value is giving me the lower quartile. Other way how you can do, there are 9 terms because it is odd. So 9 plus 1 divided by 2. So 10 divided by 2, that is the fifth value will give me the lower quartile, and I see that is equal to 5. So that is my lower quartile. Now same thing I am going to do here, because there are 9 values. So 9 plus 1 divided by 2, 10 by 2, and that is equal to 5. So fifth value here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7 is the upper quartile. Now I found lower quartile. I found all of these values. So median was 6, lower quartile was 5, upper quartile was 7. Now I have to find IQR, which is the interquartile range, and that is upper quartile, which is Q3, minus lower quartile, which is Q1. 7 take away 5, and that is equal to 2. Clear? Now there was a second question which is similar to this one. The only difference between these two questions are, in the previous question we were having odd number of terms. Here I think we have even number of terms. Let me see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So here we have 20 values. So when you have 20 values, I think it will be the best way. You just cancel one term from here, one term from here. So I just give you an example here. First, again, we have to arrange the data in the ascending order. So the lowest value I can see here is 2. Then we have 3. 3 is only one time. Then we have 4. And 4 is 1, 2, and 3 times. Then we have 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 5 times. Then we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. 6. Then we have 7. So 1. 7 is only one time. Then we have 8. 1, 2, 3. So 8, 8, 8. Then we have 9. One time, two times. And let me count how many values are these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now my data is ascending order. Now there are 20 values. So we do 20 by 2? If I have to find using the formula? No. When it is, this is one of the part to find. When it is even number of terms, so what you need to do? Yes, you need to find, like, you need not to add anything. You just do 20 divided by 2, which is 10th value. Then the median will be the average of 10th value and 11th value. So you will find what is 10th value and what is the 10 plus 1, that is 11. Find the average of those two. That will be the median. Median can be a number from the data values, or it need not to be. It's not mandatory that it should be the numbers like this. It can be in decimals also. It can be a number which is in this list, not in this list, but it will be within this range. So here 10th value and 11th value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is the 10th value and this is the 11th value. So 6 plus 5 divided by 2, which is 11 divided by 2, 5.5. So median is 5.5, and that median I'm gonna write here somewhere. Now as I wrote 5.5 here, so this becomes the lower half and this becomes the upper half. Okay, you can do again by cancellation also. One from here, one from here. When you keep cutting the values, let's say you cut this one, cut this one, at the end you will get the two values, this and this. You cannot cancel all the terms. Okay, you cannot cancel all the terms. If you cancel this term from here, this term from here, then this here, if you keep cutting this way, you will realize what you are gonna get. Now you got one term 5 from here and 6 from here. Do not cancel the last two terms. If there are only two terms left in the last, do not cancel them and just add them up and divide by 2. Find their average. 11 by 2, that is 11.5. Okay, so you can apply any method to find out this one. So now for now we got the median value as 5.5. Once you got this 5.5 value here, now we know the lower half and the upper half. So we have 5.5. Now how many values are in the upper half, lower half? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the 10 values. So again, if you need to find out the lower quartile, one cancel from here, cancel from here, cancel from the starting, cancel from the end. Keep going this way. Now you got only two values at the end, 4 and 5. So you just do 4 plus 5 divide by 2. Don't cancel them. So it is 9 by 2. So you got it as 4.5. And same way you can find here the upper quartile that I'm leaving for you. You can do it using the formula, or you can do it directly. There were here how many values were there? So you can find it out. There were 10 values. So 10 divided by 2, that is 5. So fifth value, and 5 plus 1, sixth value. This is very important. What you need to do always, how many values are in the first half? There are 10 values. So because it is even, so you directly divide by 2. So 10 by 2, that is 5. So fifth value, and take the 5 plus 1th value, that is sixth value. So that will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So 4 and 5, add them up, divide by 2. So 9 by 2, 4.5. See, 4.5 is not in the list, but this is within this range. So 4.5 is not a part of this whole data, but lower quartile cannot, it's not necessary to be a one of the number from here. Okay, once you find upper quartile, then you can find out interquartile range also. Now there are two main important questions. These questions are basically when the data value is missing and you are given the quartiles, upper quartile or lower quartile, or let's say median, something will be given to you. So in this case, what we need to do, we have given this x and we don't know what is this x. They have not mentioned anything that it is in the end or front or wherever it is. So first thing is what I will consider. I will consider this x at the end. Just to, I will arrange rest of my data, and then depending upon what is in, what information is given to me, I will set this value of x. Okay, so we have 4, 2, 5, x2. So 2 is the smallest value I can see, and it is occurring 2 times. Then we have 5. Then we have 8 2 times. Sorry, we have 4 as well. So here I'm going to write 4. Then we have 8 2 times and 9 2 times, and then I will write x. So how many values are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have missed one of the value here. So we have written 2, yes. Another 2, yes. Then we have 4, yes. Then we have 5. Oh, I missed 5. Okay. So now we got this data, and just for simplicity, I put this x at the end. Now what they say, Q2 is 6. Q2 means median. Median values. So how many values are there? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9, this is the odd number. So 9 plus 1 divided by 2. That is 10 divided by 2. That is 5. So fifth value will be the median. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here the fifth value is 8. So where this, we should get it like 6. So that means the fifth value should be 6. So now this is 8. So what I can do, I can take that 6. 6 can come before 8. 6 cannot come after 8. So I will put my x at this place, 6 here, and then I can drag these 8 to the next places. So what my data will look like, I have the data now 2, 2, 4, 5, 6. I will arrange here as x. And then I have 8, 8, 9, 9. This way, if I find out the fifth value, it is coming out as 6. So that means x should be 6. Same way now Q1. Every time you have to write the data. So now again, I will consider that x is at the end and we have to decide what is it. So what I'm going to do here again, the same strategy. Now it is Q1. So how to find out Q1 first of all? Fifth value, because 9 plus 1 divided by 2, that is the 10 by 2 fifth value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is that value for now. Then this is my lower half. This is the lower half of the data values. It is Q1 is 2. So you left 1 from here, 1 from here. Then you got these two values. And this is coming out as 2 and 4. And because these are two values, I need to find the lower quartile. So I need to do 2 plus 4 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2, and it is coming out as 3. But they want it to be 2. So that means this 2 is okay, but this 4 is a problem. Because I cannot change this 2. I can only change this 4 because I have to keep the data in the ascending order. Always remember this. So what I do, 2 plus something over, let's say that is x. I don't know what it should be. It should not be 4 because then it is coming out as 3 and we want it 2. So this number should be changed. So divide by 2 and that should come out as 2 because that is given the lower quartile. So 2 plus x, if you solve this quadratic equation, 2 times 2 is 4. So x is coming out as 2. So what I can say that x you need to introduce here and it will be 2. Clear? Then let's try the next one. So I'm going to write the whole data once again. This is only you need to adjust. You need to adjust the x depending upon what values are given. So we have 2 again, 4, 5, 8, 8, 9, 9 and x. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Then Q1 is 2.5. So when I found the fifth value was the median, and then we found these middle values because this is the lower half, and all the questions next are Q1, that means lower half quartile. They are talking about the lower quartile. So 2 plus something, it should over 2, that should be 2.5. See, I can say 2 plus 4. If I do 2 plus 4 divide by 2, that is 3. But it should be 2.5. So that means I keep this as 2.5 here instead of 2.2 plus 4, because data should be ascending. So I need to take this 2, but I can change this 4. So 2 plus x 2, this should be 2.5, cross multiply. So 2 plus x is equal to 2 times 2.5, which is 5. So x is equal to 3. So if Q1 is 2.5, then Q1 should come out as 3. Then we have the next question here, and that gives me Q1 as 3. So again, in our case, if I do 2 plus 4, as simple it is given, 2 plus 4 divided by 2, and I am getting my quartile as 3, and that is what I need. So that means x should be 4. So even if we take this x as 4, so 2 and 4 and 4, then also it is fine. Okay. Same process you need to apply for the next question also. The only difference for the next question is here you have given Q2. In the previous question, it was Q2 and Q1. And in this question, it was Q2 and then you have Q3. So I will be discussing one of these questions, like let's say Q3, and then rest you can try. So we have 1, 5x and all that. So first thing, we need to arrange the data. So 0 is the lowest value I can see. Then we have 1 2 times. Then we have 2 2 times. Then we have 3. Then we have 5 3 times. 1 2 and 3, yes. And then we have 8. And then we have 9 2 times. And then we have our x. So how many values are here? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. So here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. When they say Q3 is 8. So first of all, there are total 13 values. So 13 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 14 divided by 2. Seventh value, that is a median. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So this is the upper half. 1 cancel from here, 1 cancel from here, 1 cancel from here, 1 cancel from here. So 9 plus 8 divided by 2, that is 17 divided by 2, and that is coming out as 8.5. But it should come out as 7.5. So what I need to do in this question, this is 8 plus 9. Again, I will not take this 8. Instead of 8, this 9 I will not take. Higher value you have to exclude. Lower value 8 plus something over 2, it should come out as 7.5. Once you write this whole thing, after that you just need to solve this equation. So how to solve this equation? 8. So we will be writing here 8 plus this box is equal to 2 times 7.5, which is 15. So this box will be equal to 15, take away 8, which is 7. So that means our x should be equal to 7. Then same you can do for Q3 and Q8. There is a twist for the first part now. When I arrange this data, when I arrange this whole data, if I try to find out the Q2, they said Q2 is 5 and they are asking what will be X. Now, in this question, when I find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we were having 13 terms. 13 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 14 divided by 2, seventh value. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So median is 5 and here it is coming out as 5. So what will be X? Now, middle value is 5. The lower values, they will be less than 5. Okay, so if I take X as 4, so that value will come here, and because of that, then this will become the seventh value, and that will create a problem for us. So that means X should be either 5 or more than 5, because this term after 3 we are getting 5 and this is the seventh term. There is no 5 before it, but to make it just 5, the numbers on the left should be less than that. And if I take X as 4 or any number less than this 5, then that number will come here. So then it will be at the 7th position and this 5 will go on the 8th position. But then if it goes like that, then our Q2 will be 4 and as per the question it is given as 5. So we cannot do it that way. So I repeat this whole thing. So we have the numbers here 0, then we have 1, another 1, then we have 2, 2, 3, then we have 3, 5, then we have 8, and then we have 9, and then we have X. So Q2 is given as 5. So this is that value, and this is the seventh value. So here all the values before it, they will be either equal to 5 or less than 5, right? So can I take a value of X less than 5? Let's say I take a value of X as 4, right? Because what is the mean? See, if you know the definitions, it is easy. Definition says all the values on the left will be equal to 5 or less than 5. So if I take X as 4, so that means 4 will come at this position and this 5 will move to the next. But then if I do so, the seventh value will become 4 and seventh value that should be 5. So that means there is no way that I can put 4 here. I cannot take X as 4. I can take X as any value like 5. So that will be adjusted here. In that case, my seventh value will not be changed. Even I can take X as X as 6. In that case also this value will not be changed. I can take X as 7. So any value greater than 5 will not disturb the median. So I will say that X will be greater than or equal to 5. And this completes this question. So this was all for in this today's lesson. We covered the quartiles, interquartile range, and what is the spread of data, what is the meaning of range, and how it is different from the interquartile range. In statistics, it is not just important to find the answers, it is very important to understand the concept. This is super important for statistics. Okay, thank you.